Hello everyone, Mirage Flight here, bringing another game of Company of Heroes 2. This is going to be Somebrabz as our Oberkommando West player down south of Arhem Checkpoint versus Pedro Jedi, who were a Soviet player up in the north. Immediately we have two commander lock-ins. We got Scavenge Doctrine coming up for Oberkommando West player, pretty good map for it, as you can pop up Jaegers from nearly anywhere. Meanwhile, Pedro Jedi has me locked in the Soviet Reserve Army. We'll give him those partisans who can also pop up and finish off vehicles. As for builds, we got two conscripts coming up. Meanwhile, our Oberkommando West player has one Kubo arriving and one Volksgrenadier arriving. Current pioneers are moving forward. We'll be taking the center. Combat engineers are moving on to the cutoff. We'll secure this and likely move on to the field, so as long as they're not harassed. Our first conscript squad is moving down to the right-hand side. Second conscript squad is moving down to the left-hand side. Kubo is capturing the cutoff. We'll begin moving on to the field point afterwards. And our Storm Pioneers are now moving up. We'll begin capturing the point. No early aggression just yet. Not sure where the combat engineers are going. They're actually going to be capturing the VP. Maybe stop that bleed early on. But you really don't need to worry about VPs that early into the game. Should be focusing on your territory points to get those resources you need. Munition point will be captured by these conscripts. Munition point down south is being captured by Volks. Conscripts will get theirs first. Storm Pioneers are here, however. Sandbags are going up to defend the field point. Tactical point is going to be captured here. No resource hour with these Storm Pioneers finishing up the capture. You know, conscripts on the right hand side continue to capture up. Another conscript squad's moving down the left hand side to reinforce. Second Volk squad's also moving in the direction of the left hand side. No engagements just yet. Volk squad's actually transferring down to the center, maybe taking up positions in the church to hold ground. Cutoff is exposed here. Conscripts will take this ground. In terms of map control, it looks like our Oberkommando West is a bit ahead. Conscripts are actually just holding their ground. Guarding the field should probably begin moving up though. Combat engineers will get in the cover. And Volks will be flanked by these conscripts. You need to hold position, get behind the fence tower. Not sure why he's running past. Storm Pioneers are moving up. Not sure why he didn't stop here. If he stopped here, he could get flanking shots on these Volks. Conscripts need to pull back. Or at least hoorah back. And get behind cover. Storm Pioneers need to be focused. Not sure why he's running out into the open. Storm Pioneers taking losses. Combat engineers trying to do what they can from the building. However, the point here will be decapped by these conscripts. Support weapon company is going up. Could be really bad for these conscripts on the retreat if they don't bring down more Sturm models. Conscripts will be forced to pull back and across negative cover. Meanwhile, Kubo is capturing this part of the map. Fuel is exposed. Combat engineers still holding out in the building. Maxim is now coming up online. Playing on the newest patch, a bit more costly. Also takes longer to deploy.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Conscripts are moving on to the field. Another combat engineer squad who put up the support weapon company are moving into the center. Kubo is moving in. Going to try and deal with these conscripts. Needs to be careful, however, especially if it gets flanked. Pedro Jedi is not paying attention. We'll rotate now. Needs to keep the Kubo spinning. We're going to take a bit of damage here, however, their Volks to support. Conscript's going to hoorah back into cover.
Our territory is falling into
Center
enemy
will be
hands.
captured. Combat engineers should probably get into the church. Very good position to be in, especially if the north player forces the southern player to either go around completely or attack it head on. And it's not really easy to attack this church head on at the beginning of the game. Combat engineers did decap the missions, will be forced off. Conscripts moving up. Maxim on the cutoff, recapturing.
The enemy has
Map control's looking really strange. Both sides changing places. No real major engagement. First truck has been established. Battle group headquarters with an ISG coming online. Probably to deal with these garrisons. Not that the ISG is particularly good at dealing with garrisons, because it does relatively low damage to the building itself. Cooper wagon is here. We'll open fire on these conscripts. Need to pull back. Our second conscript squad is moving around the flank. What's that with fuel purchase? AT grenades are going online. Now our Maxim's also coming up.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Conscript could Ura and try to take out the Kubo. It is less than half health. Well, a bit over half health, but I don't think the Kubo has 200 flat. I think it's like 190 to 180.
Support gun, ready for action.
Conscripts and Volks exchanging fire. Combat engineer is going to capture this munition point. Need reinforcements here for these conscripts. Going to be a very slow fight, but need reinforcements nonetheless. The Empires are actually holding up in the building here. Conscripts are very low health here. Almost take out the Kubo. Less than a quarter health with that thing. Need medics to come online to help these conscripts. First Jaeger pop has been deployed. We'll force away these conscripts. Our Maxim is here. Force the Volk squad back. ISG is barraging the building, however. We'll force the Maxim to move at least. Maxim's not facing properly. Not sure what these conscripts are doing. Need to pull back. Let's Grenadiers take out one more model. Conscripts are here, however, relatively close to the building. Could not be getting cover at that distance. Taking heavy damage here. Need reinforcements. Shouldn't be sending these units off on their own. Not sure what these flamethrowers are doing either. Could put a Maxim in the church tower. Conscripts need to pull back. Not sure why he's leaving them there. Pedro needs to pay attention. Could lose a conscript squad here. Did not mean microed. Gonna run across the open. Could get sniped. That shot will miss. Conscript will barely make it out. Flamethrower is now moving up. We'll force the Jaegers out of the building. Could see infiltration grenades go off to force these combat engineers to move higher during heavy cover. Take heavy damage from that flamer. More conscripts are moving up. Combat engineers going to jump into the building. Maxim cannot engage these Volks. No window on this side. Combat engineers going to retake map. Nothing from the battle group headquarters aside from this ISG. No kills just yet. Flame grenade does go off. We'll force these combat engineers to move. Volk's going to be forced off along with the Jaegers. In terms of manpower, Somebrabz is looking like pretty well. And definitely a missed micro there. Truck is way too far forward. Take quite a bit of damage from that Maxim. Infiltration grenade going in this Maxim. And actually loses it. Definitely did not micro there. Need to really pay attention with all your units. Constantly in Company of Heroes 2. Should especially know that there's no windows on this side of the building. Which means the Maxim cannot fire out on that side to defend itself. Combat engineer is probably going to lose his engagement. We'll be forced to pull back. Conscripts capturing the VP on the left-hand side. In terms of VPs, we're at 475, 425. Allies down at 424 now. Maxim will take up positions in the church hour. And ISG is exposed. Our Volks are going to get behind the hedge and throw a grenade. May throw a grenade. Not sure why he's not chucking a grenade. I was actually going for the infiltration grenade. Maxim will bail out. She will not bail out. Will take a lot of damage staying there. Could actually lose on retreat depending if a shot hits. Two crewmembers at very low health. One bullet will probably kill either one of them. Tier 3 has been established, however. Medics are now coming online for a Soviet player. Conscripts now moving up to capture the VP. Munition point down the south. Conscripts trying to do what they can. They're not really good at range. But Volk squad is wounded. Not sure why the conscripts are not firing back, however. Conscripts engaging this Kubo wagon. Could check an AT grenade. How Scrim Pioneers here should probably pull back. Capture will be denied. Very low health on that Kubo. Needs to pull back and get repairs. Thankfully, Sturms are nearby. The conscripts here were forced away by both Jaegers and Volksgrenadiers. Could see the PPSHs coming online for the conscripts will help them greatly against these Volks, especially once they close in. Not sure what we'll see from this building. T-70 pretty likely a good choice. Panzer headquarters could be going down soon, however. The truck will probably be spotted though.
We have an isolated sector.
If Pedro was paying attention, he knows the truck was there, if just by the engine noise. Maxim is exposed, will eat a grenade, but not before it suppresses the Volks. Needs to pull back his Maxim. Gonna reset up to try and suppress. Infiltration grenades not ready, and the squad will get pinned down. All these combat engineers will be forced back. Conscripts should probably pull back as well.
We are losing territory.
Mainly small skirmishes across the map. No major engagements just yet. Aside from that one left-hand side, which Pedro was pretty much forced to pull back all his units. T-70 is coming up online now, however. Anti-tank partisans are also being deployed. Will not get the Kubo. Did not time his AT grenade properly. Our conscripts are capturing near center. Stern Pioneers are moving around, however. Actually, looks like our Kubo hit a mine, I think. Or no, it's an anti-tank grenade from the conscripts. PPSHs are now coming online. Conscripts need to keep distance from this building, and this conscript squad needs to pull back. Thankfully for him, there's no windows on this side. Everybody's going to take a bit of damage.
Command hub truck has been converted into the headquarters building.
Conscripts will now engage from this range. Not sure who's going to win. ISG is here to support, however. We're getting barraging. Interestingly, hits the truck directly, but no one really gets hurt. Conscripts could probably pull back and heal. Model. T-70 is here. We'll force away this Jaeger light infantry. No mines for meter player just yet. Got a lot of munitions for Pedro Jedi, and we got munition expenditure. I think that was another Panzer truck going to be coming online. Yep, that is. Not a lot of anti-tank defense. We're catching Warfare now coming online. Our T-70 needs to be careful in the sandbags. Needs to get his T-70 out of there. Trek will miss that shot, and the Volks are blobbing up toward this Maxim. They'll probably suppress all these units. Not sure why he went in again. All the Shreks have been deployed, however. It's really gonna hurt Pedro Jedi. You really need that T-70 to do more for a more Schweer setup on the right-hand side. Cutoff has been captured and shoe mines are going down. We need someone to intercept that. Anti-tank gun now coming online for Pedro. Maxim setting up in the church. Could possibly take out this ISG if Somebrabz is not paying attention. Pretty much going to stare straight at this building. One crew member down. Could lose another crew member. Second crew member will go down. Third crew member could go down from the next burst. We'll barely make it out there on the sliver of health, probably on that one crew member on the left side of the gun. Nigger's trying to get up close to the building. Infiltration grenades going off. However, those grenades will be dodged, and Maxim will jump back into the building. Volk Blob is moving up. Maxim needs to stop and begin opening fire. Now it's focused on the Raketch and Werfer. These Volks are getting torn apart by this PPSH con squad. Flamethrower engineers need to get up here and burn the squad out of the building. Volks taking heavy damage from that one flamethrower. Flame grenade going off on the combat engineers. No dodge. ISG shot lands a bit short. Combat engineers will be forced to pull back. More conscripts actually coming online. Maybe going for the rapid conscription strategy. Just overwhelm his opponent with conscripts. But he's not taking map control, which he needs to.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Combat engineers being forced away. Conscripts, more conscripts arriving on the field. Not sure we'll see from Somebrabz. He has a lot of manpower sitting in the bank, but he hasn't spent it yet. Opposite for our Soviet player, he doesn't really have much in the bank, especially with the loss of that T-70. Not sure why he decided to go back in. Always gotta be careful with the votes. They could never know when they're gonna get Panzer Shreks. More conscripts moving up. German pioneers need healing. Very low health. Obersoldaten squad has reached the field. No upgrades for their machine gun just yet. Conscripts moving up. ISG will miss that shot.
Additional resources are now available to your commander.
Gold squad going to be forced out of this building, taking heavy damage. ISG lands a shot nearby. Conscripts need to rush these Volks down. Hire Maxim here is the guard to cut off. Will be forced into that building. Our only has one window, so cons will probably force them out. More conscripts here, capturing the VP, fuel point on the left-hand side in terms of VPs, actually. We're at 439, 358. Wolf 348 now. Allies still ticking down. Allies really haven't had a good start in this game. Haven't made any good pushes. And this is what you do not want to be doing with Soviets. You need to keep these units moving. Volkswagen will bail out of that building. Maxim will suppress this Jaeger squad. I don't think they'll recover at this point, even though they're in heavy cover now. Our Maxim is in the open. This is not something you want to do. Maxim's also unsupported. Where's the rest of his army? Now coming down base, tier 4 is being placed down. Sprint's been used, but Gunner's getting sniped.
Supply lines have been cut.
Maxim setting up. Conscripts can now rush these Volks. Needs to get in there. Skull will probably still remain suppressed, though. They're under fire from conscripts. Jaeger's under fire. Probably be forced to trying to go for infiltration grenades. One nice grenade, but will lose those Jaegers. Probably shouldn't have put them up so far. Should probably pulled back. They did have PPSHs. Conscripts need to close with these Obers, however. They need to close with these Obers. They're behind cover. And more infiltration grenades will be dodged. Conscripts will need to fall back, however, and they're running across the road. Very low health on this squad. MG-34 also come online. Both units will be forced to pull back. Panzer IV now coming up for Oberkommando West player. AT gun is still standing by. Hasn't been forced to be brought into the front just yet. Molotov now coming online.
Now you can use Molotovs to burn those
Obers will be forced to pull back from these conscripts. And combat engineers beginning to capture up on this area. Needs to be careful while capturing this point. Need to stay on the outskirts. Don't want to go in the center or you'll be detected. Points do give line of sight. Very minor line of sight, but line of sight nonetheless. TM-35 has been planted on the cutoff. About to go off if something hits it. And we actually have a demo going down. I don't think we have sweepers, do we? No minesweepers on the Stern Pioneer, so this could be a massive damage for our Oberkommando West player. Our ISG is firing. Could detonate the demo. Lucky or unlucky, depending on the player. Our conscripts are moving up, however. All forces for catching out of the bin. Molotov going in, most likely. This is not what he wants to be. He needs to pull back this combat engineer squad. We'll barely get out of there. The catching will be forced out of that building. Not sure why this squad hasn't rushed this Volk squad. Demo goes off and takes on entire Volk squad. Very nice trap there. We'll probably force Somebrabz to make sweepers. Need another anti-tank gun, though we do have AT Parsons and we also have anti-tank grenades. Still only enough to deter, not anything to kill it. Unless the Panzer IV really overextends. Volkswagen's immediately being rebuilt.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Point here is being captured. Still not looking good for our allies. They've been constantly using map control.
Okay, that's the last one.
Maxim is moving forward. Needs to set up. Come see a Molotov. Force these Volks out of the building. Comes from now, need to get to the doorway. Not sure why he tossed it there. Infiltration grenade going off. Will be dodged, however. With the over-suppressed, conscripts will probably keep them suppressed, and overs won't really do much now. Grim Pirates will force away this conscript squad. In the center out. Conscript's going to force away this Volk squad. This gun is under fire. Not sure the Panzer IV revealed itself. It's standing by, but doesn't want to go in with this Zis gun here. Needs to be set on prioritize. Maxim looks like it's going into this building to set up. Going to focus on trying to kill this Raketin. Raketin could go down. Will barely get out of there. This gun's still standing by. ISG is also continuing to fire. Vet 1 now. T-34 is coming online. Interesting choice. ISG still bombarding. Need the micro and move this anti-tank gun. Empire's going to be forced away by his mass infantry. Now this entire army needs to spread out and begin capturing territory. Anti-tank partisans are here. I'm not sure what the ISG is trying to do. Trying to maybe capture?
T-34 ready for combat.
You be careful. Not sure why he's moving in point blank. Now he's beginning to reverse. Panzer IV could move in and get a shot in at least. Ostwind's actually been called in. Panzer Shrek gonna go in for at least a shot. Will miss though. Ostwind's moving on to deter these units on the flanks. Combat engines will be forced back. T-34 however will force away this Ostwind. Not the best tank in, but the Ostwind doesn't deal with tanks well. And we'll catch the Ostwind's flanks unguarded. We'll force these units to shift over with that Panzer Shrek. T-34 needs to keep chasing though. We'll get another shot on that tank.
Sector under attack.
Panzer IV is relocating. This gun needs to be reinforced. I don't think the Volks can fire. There's a hedge in the way. They'll be going around in the corner. Panzer IV is facing the wrong way. Shrek does land a nice hit on the T-34. T-34 is going to reverse into these Volks and begin crushing them. Not sure why nothing's closing with these Volks. He's leaving his T-34 exposed. Not sure why he's not going for the crush. Probably should have crushed there. Panzer IV now moving up. T-34 is going to attempt to get out of there. T-4 will attempt to chase. T-34 should be able to get away. He is a faster tank. But Panzer IV is on the road. On the right-hand side, slow movement, trying to capture up territory. Cut off going to be attacked by partisans. Panzer IV is still moving in. This gun is here. Could knock it out. Could maybe spawn partisans. He does have the manpower for it. Will be called out of the building. Can throw an AT grenade and finish this tank off. Needs to throw an AT grenade. And we'll take out that Panzer IV. And it gets abandoned. Really major blow for Over Commando West player. If it gets stolen, that's going to be even worse. Well, it should be captured. However, it's going to be finished off by this Ostwind and this Raketin. Still major victory for a Soviet player. Takes out that Panzer IV because it overextended, had no support. Went in at very low health. And really sets our Oberkommando West player back in terms of field, but he has a ton of manpower to spend. He can pretty much build a whole army of infantry if he needs to. Conscripts moving into the center once again with combat engineers to support them with a flamethrower. Center will be captured. ISG is going to be forced back by this flamethrower. Could see another T-34. Interesting, no rapid conscription being used just yet, though we do have quite a few conscripts already on the field. 4 squads. Along with, what, 2 anti-tank partisan squads? Partisans are moving up. Could get into the church. AT grenades could also be moved to Russian and take out this Ostwind. No anti-tank grenades being used, though. T-34 soon to be back in action. Looks like Oberst will begin capturing this area. Forced away whoever is there. Meanwhile, Maxim is capturing up in the north. Molotov probably going to go into this building. Force the Volks out at least. Our conscripts need to shift fire on the Stern Pioneer squad who's charging them. Squad is being focused now. Stern Pioneers, well, they're better models. Dealing with Fed 3 conscripts who have a lot more durability. Stern Pioneers being forced to pull back. Conscripts need to shift fire onto the Volks. Our could get wiped out. Very low health. Our Ostwind still hasn't been repaired. Not sure why. Guess the Stern Pioneers were busy capturing. T-34 is back in action, however. Ziskin could go back on the field, and I'm not sure why he hasn't turned on prioritize yet. Anti-tank grenade will also go off and hit that Ostwind. Gets destroyed. Not sure why he overextended that low health tank. Really nice move by Pedro, keeping that conscript squad behind the building. More Ogres are being called onto the field, but for Oberkommando West, our armor force is going to look really bad, especially against another T-34 that's going to be hitting the field. Yeah, there's Volks with Panzer Shreks, but there's only 2 of them at the moment. And of course, the Shrek can always be pushed like this. Unit is going to attempt to get into the building here. However, it's going to be a very dangerous retreat path if all these units attack. Second T-34 coming onto the field. Maxim is here, will force away those Obers. T-34 will attempt to get a shot on these Volks. Not get any hits. Partisans will begin capturing the field on the left-hand side. VBs are now turning in favor of the Allies. Soon to be a triple cap against the Axis. Oberkommando West is still capturing up. Artillery barrage being fired. Doesn't hit anything, however. Riketin trying to sneak forward. Need to be careful though. Those things are very easy to wipe. Mine's going down also. Will help defend these points. Riketin exposing itself. T-34 now moving in the center against these Obers. Obers have no anti-tank. Will be forced off. T-34 going to try and chase. Could also get this ISG. Will be holding position for that less scatter. Actually misses still regardless. Needs to hold position. And needs to get his tank moving now. Could still knock out this ISG. One more shot will probably take it out if it hits. And will knock out that ISG. Now the T-34 can get out there. Will be forced to remand that thing, but now no more veterancy. Could also see a push on the Schwerer-Panzer headquarters with both T-34s. Yeah, the Schwerer can occasionally pen the T-34, but it's not going to be able to deal with 2 tanks. Should probably get this tank on the field as well. Molotov has gone to church denying it. Partisans forcing away this Riketin. T-34 now moving into position once again. We could call in more T-34s if needed. T-34 is actually going to engage the Schwerer-Panzer headquarters. And sure, we're going to see another ISG. I don't think that's a good choice.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
I don't think there's really needed for indirect fire. Most of the army's mobile, aside from maybe like 1 Maxim and 1 Zisgun. Another Riketin would help, however. Or maybe some sort of vehicle. Could see another Panzer IV, or he could be going for a Panther. He has a lot of manpower spent. Could also be popping Jaegers. Our Schwerer-Panzer headquarters is going to go down. That mine went off. I think the crawler ran into it. Now Schwerer-Panzer headquarters has gone down. Game has massively turned in favor of the Allies. Our partisan squad does go down. Ober's now vet 2, going to hit their stride with that massive accuracy increase. T-34 is actually on capture point duty. We'll get the decap before pulling out. Maxim's here to also support the T-34. Capture point has been turned off. T-34s are going to need repairs, however. Conscripts do have those repair kits. Will allow these T-34s to be back in action relatively quickly. Maxim's going to do sprint, avoid these infiltration grenades. Pushing that very heavy machine gun out there. Shopping cart has gotten out there. We'll relocate. Our combat engineers could go down. They're going to get sniped by these Obers. Very bad retreat path, but that Ober is reloading. So very dangerous. Fed 2 Obers. Very dangerous to any sort of infantry, especially when they're out of cover. A lot of conscripts moving down, however, will find these Obers. They do not have vet. Will not manage to get this combat engineer squad. They will help repair these tanks back to full. Another T-34 is coming up. Something relatively common with reserve army finds just go spam with the cheapest units Soviets get, but we haven't actually seen rapid conscription be used at all. Strategy is primarily about map control and overwhelming your enemy. If you do go that route, because you do have those anti-tank partisans to control vehicles, you can pretty much use conscripts for nearly everything. And the T-34, while not the best tank, especially not without an update that has recently been released, the T-34, well, will serve its purpose for, at least on this map. Especially since the opponent lost so much in the process. Mechanized truck is actually going to go down. Not sure why he's going to put that out. Is he actually going to go for a Stuka or something? Puma? But he's going to deal with 3 T-34s, and he has nothing to really deal with that. He has 1 Raketenwerfer, and the Volks can be pushed out of the way by the T-34s. More grenades being tossed. However, Ober's taking heavy casualties from these conscripts. No one's screening for them. Conscript will barely get out of there. Almost gets wiped out by that Vet 2 Ober squad. Sitting at 18 kills. However, T-34 moving in. Could wipe that Ober squad. They're bunching up as they're moving. You see more T-34s moving around the battlefield higher. Vet 2 tank is being repaired up. T-34 is still here, however. Tank will be forced to pull back. Our Ober does go down. 1 member needs to pull that back. Is he really going to suicide in to try and get the point? T-34 could easily knock the Ober out, however. Raketen is moving up. Will force away this tank. Tank will need repairs. But both T-34s on the right-hand side are ready to go. Partisans are now moving around the battlefield. Maxim set up here. T-34s are now roaming back onto the field. Fortunately, they pushed the partisans out of cover. We won't find these stern pioneers in the church. Catching work is going to set up. T-34s can move in and overrun this anti-tank gun. There's no support. Furthermore, the Raketen's out in the middle of the open, taking heavy damage from those machine guns. He gets immediately taken out. Not sure where our Volks are. They're moving it to the center. They waste a shot on the partisans. T-34s are going to rotate out there. Not sure why we had double ISG though. Volks will force away to Maxim on the right-hand side. I mean, well, conscripts moving up to support, however, will force away all these Volks. Our ISG is causing heavy damage on these partisans. Molotov's going into the church, most likely, however. We need to begin focusing fire on these stern pioneers and need to get off the middle of the open. Stern pioneers, Vet 3. The squad needs to pull back. Vet 3 conscripts. Could lose on retreat, however. Not sure why we haven't seen a Molotov. We have plenty of munitions. We have 500. Could see a lot more demo charges and mines go down. VPs have gone back in favor of the Axis. 2 VPs versus 1. T-34s have not done anything. Not sure why they weren't supporting an attack. Maybe they're fearful of the Raketens, but still. Conscripts were drawing fire. Our T-34s are moving back onto the field. Looks like they'll find these ISGs and begin engaging them. Could also go in for the crush on these Volks. Another T-34 moving will crush these overs, or at least force them to retreat. ISG taken out. Was that Volk squad taken out by that one T-34? Another Volk squad down. Really nice hit there. However, this squad has 2 Shreks. Could see the other T-34s move in, however. ISG does get destroyed. T-34 is still opening up. Volk's taking heavy casualties, so will be forced to pull back. These T-34s are doing work, constantly hitting models. Models are bunching up here. Field tanks get destroyed. Conscripts here causing heavy. I could lose the Vet 2 Obers on retreat. And does get taken out by those PPSH conscripts. Mechanized truck is under siege. Obers are moving up. Our Axis pretty much lost everything. Or a lot of his stuff. Soviet army is looking very strong. And can call in replacements when needed. And even just use munitions for rapid conscription. T-34s are going back out, it looks like, though. The army from Pedro Jedi is ready to move back onto the field. These units begin taking the right-hand side. Just not sure about some of Somebraz's choices going for an Nostro immediately after his Panzer IV. And then buying double ISG against a relatively mobile force. I don't think they've been helping that much. 4 kills on one of them, the other one got killed off. Needed more AT, which is now hitting the field. I don't think he could have waited for King Tiger at this point after he lost his Ostwind and Panzer IV when he was dealing with multiple T-34s. And now we have an Su-85 even to add more salt to the wound. So he's going to be dealing with 4 armored vehicles. One's dedicated toward anti-tank, and the other 3 is just going to cause his infantry havoc. Conscript trying to Uri in to close with these Obers. Volks are here. Conscript trying to get more damage in. Will be forced to pull back. Going to be running across the open. There's a lot of craters along the way. Conscript's going to take cover in the building to hold out. Going to be triple cap against our Axis now. 181 to 190. Conscripts engaging. They're Pioneers. If they close in, they'll take heavy damage from the PPSHs. Our infiltration grenades going off. Conscript's going to jump back into the building, can engage the Stern Pioneers and cause heavy damage on them. They begin focusing. Incendiary goes off higher. Conscripts need to bail out of the rear of the building and then retreat. Should be able to make it back to base. In terms of actually salvaging the wreck of the Ostwind here. Panzer IV hasn't been salvaged, nor has the wreck been destroyed. Our T-34s are here, going to force all this infantry away. One Shrek is not enough to force away all this armor. All this infantry will be forced back. Not sure where the Ketchenwerfers is. More infantry coming out. We still got a lot of man for Somebrabz. Not sure why he's not spending it, or didn't spend it earlier. Stockpiling it way too long, and now we even have a Vet 3 T-34. Going to have an insane rate of fire. At least for a T-34. Boats are under attack. Ketchen trying to move in. Now it's going to find itself stuck right in front of the T-34. More T-34s are moving around the battlefield. We'll outmaneuver these for Ketchens with ease, however. Now that shot will be going out in outer space. Combat engineers being forced away by a Ketchen. Going for the repairs on the T-34, the Vet 3 one. Both going to get wiped out, they don't fall back. Taking heavy damage from those PPSHs. Molotovs could go into the church. I don't know if there's anything Somebrabz can do at this point. You could maybe try to save a bit longer for King Tiger, but his fuel income's pretty low, and he doesn't have that time with the 3 VPs against him, and all his infantry are being forced away. ISG under fire. They'll get knocked out. Conscripts moving up.
Supply lines have been cut.
Molotov going into the building, forces out the Ketchenwerfer. Conscripts will then pull back. 105mm howitzer barrage, otherwise I like to know as scavenge artillery, was dropped, but I don't think it hurt anything. Conscripts using their lives to stall on the point for VPs. T-34s now come onto the field. Nice hit from the T-34 there. We're catching ours landing nice hits on the T-34. Conscripts forced to pull back. More conscripts moving and stall on the point though. Could see a Molotov going. They're actually going for the catching wherever. It could be dangerous. We're running past Sturm Pioneers in the building. Taking heavy damage. Someone they gave by their veteran C3, but Sturm Pioneers now vet 4, and look at all the damage they're taking. They're just going to lose them. I don't think they're going to make the retreat. Riketsin does get decrewed by that T-34, however. Conscript does get cut down and retreat. Riketsin does get destroyed by his T-34, however. More conscripts are on the way. For us, we haven't seen rapid conscription used at all this game, though. Center's trying to be decapped. T-34 is going to drive in, runs over one over. Riketsin could get wiped here. T-34 can maneuver around. Howard, another Riketsin workers here.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Will miss and hit the church instead. T-34 is going to back out. Should be able to escape. These conscripts could probably get to work on these T-34s. Got two Vet 2 T-34s and one Vet 3 T-34. King Tiger looks like it's going to be called on shortly, however. Just need 2 more fuel. A tad bit more manpower. We do have the Su-85 standing by, however. Center VP has been decapped. No one controls it. 1 for 1 at the moment. Axis is looking very bad at the moment. 53 points. Maxim's going to set up. Our Maxim's exposed. No support. We'll suppress 2 squads and immediately pins down one of them as they're out in the open. Infiltration grenade going off. Sprints being used to reposition the Maxim. Riketsin is firing. Very low health on the crew and not sure what these conscripts are doing. Need to get in there. King Tiger has come onto the field.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Folks will begin self-healing thanks to their veterancy. Anti-tank needs to begin moving up to the front.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
There is going to be harassment on the left-hand side, though we got harassment on the right-hand side of the point. Could lose a T-34 here. King Tiger is under attack. Our solar, the T-34 is going to lose a combat engineer. Anti-tank still opening up.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
We actually lose a T-34. Not sure where the conscripts. Looks like they were cleared out one of the Riketsin workers. I could see anti-tank grenades go on this T-34, and this T-34 can then flank. Anti-tank grenades go on to King Tiger, I mean. Not sure why he's not throwing an anti-tank grenade. Now he's very bunched up and will take heavy damage. Actually, his base is under attack at the moment. Su-85 could go down. And will go down. That's a massive turn event. He's going to lose conscripts at this rate. Is this game going to turn in exact opposite favor? But we have a lot of manpower and fuel stored up. Not sure where he's going to spend it. T-34 ready to move. Need to see rapid conscription being used to replace these conscripts. Would save him some manpower with all these munitions he's floating. Vet 3 T-34 still lives, however. For more T-34 moving on this side, could see capture point being used. Grand Pioneer's going to begin fixing this King Tiger. They do have veterancy, but surprising no support package being used. There's no downside to really buying support package, as you can swap out the Minesweeper for an STG when you need it. T-34 should probably move into the crush. Not sure why he's not going for the crush. He's taking needless damage here. Volks will be forced to pull back, however. T-34 can now begin capturing the point, no?
We have a new Su-85 to deploy.
Su-85 now moving on the field. More anti-tank for our Soviets. Capture point is being used. More Volks are moving up higher. Maxim is here. Need to sprint out there. Point will be decapped. This point will be captured. Decapped. Obers are under attack. Molotov now being lit. Our volts are blobbing up. This is something you definitely don't want to do. T-34 needs to get out of there, Howard. Kubo does get taken out by Partisan Squad. Flame grenade going on the Maxim. T-34 needs to get out of there and get repairs. We have units moving into the center, Howard. Su-85 needs to move up forward. AT gun also needs to move up. And you shouldn't be doing this. He's blobbing up. He's going to take heavy damage from this King Tiger. Could even lose squads. Not sure why he's not moving up his Su-85.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Obers force away these partisans. T-34 now rotating around to engage these Ober Soldaten. We'll force them off. Can now be used to capture point and take this territory point. Su-85 is slowly going to pick away this King Tiger. Needs to be put on prioritized. There's nothing really else he wants to shoot at. The captain is going to go up and try and sneak some shots on this Su-85. Su-85's not being micro. It's going to take a lot of damage. He has a conscript squad here. Not sure why he's not moving it in to take out this Ricketten. More conscripts moving on the base, Howard. Now needs to get on that VP. T-34s are going to need some repairs. King Tiger's here, Howard, to force the units out of centers. This gun needs to move up. Not sure why Pedro's now being so hesitant at this point. He needs to finish off the game. Doesn't want his opponent to rebuild. He had such a major advantage. Kind of tossed it away. Didn't make the moves he needed to do, I found. Or I find. Not sure why he's not using rapid conscription to replace troops. It would... Of course, at this point he's reaching Popcat, but it would really save him a lot of manpower that he doesn't want to be spending on conscripts. Point will be harassed here. Needs to send units to respond. Maxim's moving on to the side VP. Partisan Squad also moving here.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
Allies down to 75, 73, 53 for Axis. Most going to be forced away. Could see a Molotov going. Not sure why we're not seeing a Molotov. T-34 is going to be forced back. Like anti-tank will land a nice hit on that King Tiger. Oh, could throw an AT grenade. He's going to try and stall this area out. They will be Urang back into cover. They're actually going to pick up a Panzerschreck. Nice pick up there. And then fall back.
We have taken the enemy down to 50 points.
Double cap on our Axis once again. How are they going to retake a VP? This VP is locked down by a Maxim. Su-85 will be back in full shape. Could send in both T-34s. Needs to get off capture point. Activate the main gun. Jaegers are actually flanking around this Maxim. Maxim will be forced to sprint. Rogue squad is here. How are we a conscript squad? Vet 3 moving in.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Can suppress at least one squad. King Tiger is here. We'll take out the Zisk gun. It's not facing. Su-85, I'm not sure why he's not moving it up or his tanks up. Infantry needs to get reinforced. Conscripts can force away these Jaegers, however. Jaegers and the fire probably going to lose this engagement. They don't have any grenades to defend themselves. Conscripts going to cut into them. Now have an Ostwin on the field, however. Could lose this Jaeger squad though. Jaeger does get taken out. Conscripts now need to pull back. Su-85 is actually going to drive forward. Right into Panzerschreck and the King Tiger. T-34 needs to move. Not sure why he's not moving the tank. I'm not sure what this T-34 is doing, just sitting here. Su-85 needs to move out of there. T-34 is not landing the hits it needs.
Victory is slipping from our
Not sure why he
grasp.
rotated back
We have
in.
only 50
Nice hit from
points
T-34
remaining.
there, however. Trek is available for pickup. King Tiger's going to need repairs. Not sure where the Sturms are. They're back at base, reinforcing. We do have an Ostwind moving in the center. VP is vulnerable. Conscripts could Uri in and get an engine damage on this King Tiger. Trek also here will cause some damage on the Ostwind. Needs to pick up this Panzer Trek out. That 3 T-34 could get in here and maybe take out the King Tiger. Very bad retreat for these conscripts. Could lose them. One more shot will finish them off. Su-85 is here, however. Actually going to drive in and will be taken out, probably. Panzer Trek moving up with a AT grenade. Panzer Trek will take out that Ostwind. Panzer Trek needs to be picked up. Meanwhile, Maxim is setting up. However, all these units are bunched up and going to take heavy damage from this King Tiger. T-34 is here. Meanwhile, King Tiger is in the center still. Hasn't been repaired yet. Rapid conscription finally being used at long last.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
T-34 going to do some damage on these folks, but we need to see Molotovs off. Could lose the T-34 here. More T-34s are on the way, however. T-34, Vet 3's gal there. Conscripts need to get back onto the field, and we're losing more conscripts. Fresh conscripts are on the way, however. Su-85 could go down, nothing to support it. Is our Overcommand Westport actually going to make a comeback? Pedro had such a major advantage though after he pushed pretty much up to the near the base, took out the mechanized, took out a lot of other units, destroyed all the armor. How he loses the Vet 3 T-34?
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
He just lost too many units to minor engagements and didn't really hold the points as he was supposed to. He was kind of splitting up and not keep his units in defensive positions. I mentioned a lot of time his tanks are spending back at base. Like, I know Volkswagen is strong and all, but still, another player had such a major advantage with 3 to 4 vehicles on the field, and even with the King Tiger, it wouldn't be able to deal with them all. T-34 going to try and kill this one Volk. Will actually finish that squad off. Conscript's going to be forced away here. Going to have a triple cap on the Allies, 23 to 34. King Tiger is also being repaired by Vet 5 Sturms. Su-85 needs to rotate back up north. I mean, back down south. Ricketten could also be recruited. King Tiger could almost knock up his Partisan squad. And we did lose something. I think that was another conscript. Partisans get wiped out now. Allies down to 5. Down to 2. And soon to be 0. That was painful to watch near the end. Such a major advantage for Pedro Jedi here at the end, but he just kind of throws it all away. And I'd have to go back and watch everything because I kind of forgot, but his units weren't defending the points that they needed to, and he just constantly kept losing the VPs over and over again, and then when the King Tiger finally came out, he never made any big push against it, nor did he really do any attack. He just kind of sat there and waited for what his opponent would do. He needed to be a bit more aggressive, I think, near the end of the game. I know being a bit too aggressive near the end of the game can cause a loss, but I think our players are a bit too defensive near the end. Wasn't out of his base, constantly being forced to retreat units one by one, reinforcing, then throw them back onto the field. And our Overcommand West player at least had a lot of manpower to spend and to make his comeback. Anyways, though, that'll be all for now. It is Mirage Fla signing off.